welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Sunday Night Football Major Money. As always, we will bring you three picks, my favorite three picks that I have seen for tonight's game. But before we get into that, you can see in the middle of your screen, they gave us another free square. So they just had a Patrick Mahomes free square finish today. Now we have 10 days to use a Nikola Jokic free square of over 1 point for his Christmas Day game against the Phoenix Suns. And I believe it's capped at $10. At least it is for me. So hopefully it's a little bit more for y'all. But also, you can see right here, play $5, get $50 instantly, and it will now show up at the bottom of your screen too. You got to use the code 5. That's FIVE, and that will be filtering through at the bottom of your screen. Like I said, we have the Packers versus the Seahawks. If y'all know, I am a Packers fan, so hopefully I am pretty happy today. Hopefully I have a decent read of the game, but we'll see. Not always. I've been on a really cold streak, so we need to bust out of it today. My very first pick is going to be a Jordan Love, and if you look, he's got several really popular props for today's game. Right, for the games remaining is two of the top four, but I actually think the best ones is his passing attempts prop. Now I'm going under on 31 pass attempts. Yes, he puts up a lot of yards and he puts up a lot of touchdowns typically, but he's a pretty decent game manager in the sense of he doesn't have to throw a bunch of times to get those yards or even touchdowns. Yes, he does throw a lot of picks, so that's not typical of a game manager, and that's not necessarily what I mean of protecting the ball and go slow. But they take their time. He learned it from Aaron Rodgers. They don't snap really quick. They don't play super quick. They run the ball a lot. They do kind of play that possession game, then take those deep shots. So he gets good value on his pass attempts. You can see the under is hit for the last 5 and 4 straight. Even on games like Detroit and Miami that you would think he had to pass a lot, the other time was against Detroit the previous time he did hit 39. I personally don't think this is going to be a shootout. I think this is going to be a game where they can ride Josh Jacobs and just grind it out. I don't know how many yards they're going to be. I don't know what, but I really like this under 31 pass attempts for Jordan Love. I think he's going to be surgical and real efficient in his passes like he has been doing recently. To go alongside that, I really like the player Tucker Kraft. It was at 34.5, just jumped up to 36.5. I'm still taking the over because I feel like Tucker Kraft is his safety blanket in a lot of games. You can see his stats are kind of all over the place. But I think on third downs, on when they need it, just a moderate play, like Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, those are going to be the big plays. Romeo Doubs, a lot of people think he's coming back. He should be playing today. Just dropped back down to 34.5, as we can see right there. So even better value. So it's fluctuating up and down. But Romeo Doubs coming back. So I don't know about Jaden Reed. I don't know. Tucker Kraft, he usually gets a lot of middling catches. So we'll see about that. I really like his over prop. He also is a pretty athletic tight end, and he can get a lot of yards and a chunk play. So I like 34.5, and I believe I've mentioned him on Major Money before and took his receiving yards, if I remember correctly. So I like the 34.5 for Tucker Kraft. Now, for my Seahawks pick, because you always have to have one on the other side, I'm doing another receiving prop, and here it is, DK Metcalf. It is another more of the popular plays. It's not quite like Christian Watson, but over 63.5 yards. The Packers defense is okay. They generate some turnovers. Sometimes they play great. Sometimes they just let the number one receivers do whatever they want on them. I'm going over for DK. I think he has a good matchup today. Like I said, I don't think the Seahawks are going to score a ton of points, but I think they're going to be able to move the ball with DK Metcalf. Over 63.5 yards. He's a big body guy, can be physical. I like a lot of avenues when I think about this with DK. He's been pretty consistent too, 99, 70, 59, 66, 49. Always around this 63.5 or over. So it doesn't have to be like an extraordinary game for him. I like this DK Metcalf against the matchup of the Green Bay Packers. And, the Packers do sometimes even score a lot of points. So maybe the Seahawks are going to be passing a lot to keep up with them. I could see that as a possibility as well. So just a quick refresher, Jordan Love under 31 pass attempts, Tucker Kraft over 34.5 receiving yards. Like I said, I think he's going to be efficient with his pass attempts. I think Tucker Kraft's going to be a part of that. So those do kind of go against each other, but in this specific matchup, I do like it. Then you have DK 63.5 over receiving yards. Remember, it's at the bottom of your screen, scrolling back and forth. Play $5, get $50 instantly when you use the code 5. I will tweet out a picture, like always, of all these props and my picks. And I'll include a link there, and I'll quote it on the stream on Twitter here. So you don't even have to type anything in. It'll just be right there. Remember, also, if you want to pair one of these with your free square for Nikola Jokic, or maybe there's something else you like, or if you want to wait, we have 10 days, there's going to be some good value out there. You can play that free square for that $5, get $50 in promo funds instantly. The greatest advantage of free squares and new member signups is when you pair them together. So amazing value there. We will see y'all Tuesday with our next Major Money. Y'all have a good night. Let's enjoy this Packers W. Let's have a good night. See y'all then.